This week's focus of the webinars is on efficiency, how you can save time, how to automate as much of your business as possible. Let me see, Kim am in blog now. Kim, are you seeing like my Travel Alliance media screen with some posts and some images? Let me know. I just want to make sure that you're seeing the right information. Okay, good. And yes, I'm still dealing with the last little bit of this nagging 5-week, I think it's going on 6 weeks now, cough. So hopefully it won't act up too much. We're trying to share ideas with you and ways that you can, one, maximize your subscription to Agent Studio and to help you take advantage of all of the automated features, the tools. If I wasn't efficient and didn't have these tools to work with, I would lose my mind. Literally, I wouldn't be able to do my job, especially lately. And I hope this holds true for everyone on the webinar. I'm busier than I've ever been. And I'm getting a lot of organic traffic to my website, and that's bringing in a lot of additional bookings. And the reason the organic traffic is coming from doing SEO on my website, making sure that all of my online accounts, meaning Yelp and Google Plus, all of those extra accounts that you normally wouldn't think about, all of those accounts are set up. And I'm not paying for any of them, even though Yelp reaches out to me all the time. And I'm sure my Yelp business manager, and I'm putting this in air quotes as we speak, was very, keen and very smart. I often have to wonder. We struck up a conversation the first time we spoke, and it's like, oh, my wife and I want to plan this trip to Europe, and I didn't realize how much you could help me, blah, blah, blah. And then it was, by the way, would you like to learn about Yelp business? So, don't get suckered in. So I'm kind of feeling that out with a fine line. I definitely would love to help him, but I don't want to help him if it means I have to join Yelp business, because I don't have the need to really advertise. I have brought on some new agents, and we'll be bringing on some additional ones very shortly, but it takes them time to ramp up and get going if they don't have any experience. So definitely make sure you aren't growing too quickly. So let's see, Paris, I haven't set up a Yelp review. I guess I should. You should set up your Yelp business account, even just put the basic information in there. Your agency name, contact information, you can upload some images. I have to honestly finish my Yelp account, meaning add some images and things like that into it, but at least get your name out there. I'm working on a webinar about all those different accounts that you should have set up and show you where they are, that type of thing. And that is honestly where I feel like none of my friends see anything on my Facebook page anymore. I don't know about all of you, but I used to get not just from my friends, but a lot of different comments from, people that I'm friends with, but don't really know. I think we all have them where we have friends in common, or I use Visalis, and, that's a huge community. So you become friends with people in that world. And, but I would always get people commenting. Now I feel like nothing is ever seen. The only person that sees it is my mother, because she doesn't have a ton of friends, and everything I post, she sees automatically because I'm one of the few. But so it's kind of annoying in that respect, because, it makes you wonder is it people just tuning out? And I don't really think that's it. I really think that, Facebook has made some changes, and it takes a while for those to cycle through, and we have to just see where we land in the middle of everything. Paris says, it scares me if I get a bad review, so I haven't done it. I rarely get any engagement on my Facebook business pages anymore. Yeah, I don't. So in regards, let me address the first part about the bad reviews. Paris, I was there. When I first started out years ago, it worried me. And I was afraid that if I had one bad review, that it would crush my business, because we're all small. We're not, big. Well, maybe some of us are. If you are, congrats. Multi-million-dollar agencies. We will all get there eventually. I'm not there yet. But if any of you are, congrats on that. It's a lot of work to get to that point, and it's a lot of bookings to get there. So congratulations if you are. But I was afraid about that as well. You have to just throw caution to the wind and do it, because we can't please everyone all the time. And if somebody posts a bad review, do what all the hotels and everybody does on TripAdvisor. Go in, just be honest up front. If you make a mistake, own it. That's the best thing that you can do. If you forgot to, whatever it was, just apologize. Let them know that, give them a hefty discount on their next trip. And that's all you can do. And people will, unless you totally book them to Africa when they wanted to go to the Caribbean, it's not going to be that detrimental to your business. And if that happens, then let's talk. I don't think anybody has ever made a mistake like that. So it isn't the end of the world. I have a corporate client that I just booked a flight for him, and the information that I got back from the consolidator, and normally I follow up with questions, but he sent me the information, and in the notes it said, from the GDS, it said J class seats lie flat. Well, I assumed he put that in there because he had quoted my client on a J class seat. Wasn't the case. I let the client know. And then when he was on his flight, ready to take off, he asked, just was curious, appreciate the fact that you booked my flights, but I want to know where the disconnect was. So I sent him, what I received, and said, I'm sorry, I didn't follow up and confirm that he was booking you in that class. I just assumed it. And, he was disappointed. And I told him that I would personally get him an upgrade on his next flight, whether it's an upgrade to first class, upgrade to business class, or premium. I would work that out, because I like to keep my corporate clients happy. So yeah. And I only booked his flight, so I didn't make a ton of money off of it, but it's just an honest gesture. Now, I won't completely book him into a $2,000 ticket, but I will work somehow with the airline or my consolidator to get him some type of an upgrade to make him more comfortable on his next flight. But you just have to speak the truth, and it'll be okay. You really, honestly, the more you're out there, the better it is for your business. And I was actually kind of shocked. I've only filled out all of that information maybe a month ago, but I've checked the Google Analytics on my site. I do it once. I try to do it every 2 weeks, but that doesn't always happen. And a lot of my traffic is organic, and that means it's coming from just a general search. It's coming from those external Yelp, Google Plus. I can't think. There's a big list of just odd companies that I would never think of, but I will let everyone know when that webinar is going to be about those, so that you can join in. Okay, so automation, efficiency, allowing you to grow with your business so that you can hold off from hiring an assistant. If you are to that point, and I've been to that point for a while, just haven't done it. I do have interns that I use. Would like to have someone in-house, so to speak. And it's kind of hard when we're all remote, but would kind of like to have someone on a regular basis that we just work side by side. And the way I have come to work out being in two different places is we'll Skype. We'll just turn on Skype and just basically work with Skype on like we're in the same office. You don't have to have have it up and be looking at each other, but just the fact that if we have to, we can turn on the video and just chat away. So that's an alternative that you can use. But until you get to that point, we want to maximize Agent Studio and automation and make you as efficient as possible so that you can prolong that, because it does help a lot. So with Agent Studio, we always talk a lot about automation and automated postings, and it gets a little confusing sometimes when everything is automated. And it's kind of hard to put all the pieces together if you're a little bit unfamiliar. So I want to start out with Facebook. Now, with the automated social media platform, Agent Studio sends out 2 to 3 posts a day to your Facebook and Twitter accounts if you have them set up on your automated social media platform. So this is one of the posts. This went out this morning, and this is one of the automatic posts that they've done for today. And when this is clicked, it takes them right to your website. Now, I like to go and I like to have these shared out to not only Facebook and Twitter, but LinkedIn, Google+, and there's also something new called Google My Business, which I will be going into in the other webinar that I had mentioned to you that I'm doing. So I will go in and I'll show you. We'll take this post and I'll show you how I'll share it to those other media outlets. Now let's go down a little bit further. Here was one yesterday, which this is really sad. This one breaks my heart. But this is what they look like. You can see they're general posts for everyone, okay? It isn't, they stay away from politics. They stay away from anything that is controversial in a sense. And I get that, I had someone say, well, this can be controversial. Everything can, but for the most part, those that are hotbeds. And that way it keeps you having a presence every day on social media, and you don't have to worry about it. I haven't honestly posted anything myself for a while. The past 10 days, 2 weeks, I've just been slammed. And honestly, I haven't. At night, I think, I'll do it at night for the next day. I'm working literally until the time I close my eyes. It's been that busy. So I haven't been too worried though, because I know that those posts are automatically going out every day. And what I'm going to share with you today about scheduling posts and setting up queues, I have those set up. So they're going out automatically. And that honestly takes a lot of pressure off of you as an agent to know that your business name, your agency is still getting out there on a daily basis, and you don't have to worry. I love to post personally throughout the day, but if I can't now, I don't worry about it. I used to drive myself crazy, but now I'm too busy to worry about that. So the goal is to get everyone to the point that you don't have to worry about it. And that starts with setting up at least your Facebook and Twitter accounts. So to do that, I'm going to run through really quick just to show you how to set up one of these accounts, and then we'll jump into scheduling and the queues and how that can save you additional time. So to set up a service, you click on More and click on Add Service. And then it brings up the list. Now, a few things that I want to talk about too with Twitter is changing a lot of the parameters regarding third-party postings. And part of that is you can't post the same thing to multiple Twitter accounts. So like I can't post the same thing to my business and my personal account more than once a day, which I don't really anyway, but that's changed up a lot of things. Pinterest has changed. Pinterest is a beast in itself, and you'll notice that it's gone. So if we click on social, there is no more Pinterest in here for right now. And the reason why that is, Pinterest is it is nothing but sharing, reposting on your board, something that, you saw online. Somebody used someone's image and they weren't allowed to, and now they're bringing a lawsuit. And so they're trying to work that all out. So they took Pinterest off so that they would not be liable until all of that works out and they see how everything plays out. So they've, the platform that Automated Social Media is on, they've taken that down. Paris's question, should we have a Travelliance media page if we already have an agent studio? So it isn't really a Travelliance media page. It is, this is the Automated Social Media platform, and you would have it if you were on one of the paid versions. So if you're on a free account, you won't have the Automated Social Media, but you can add it as an add-on for $15. And my suggestion is if you're adding any add-on and you're on a free account, you should at least just upgrade to the starter, because it's only $4.95 additional, and for $4.95 a month, you get more leeway and you get a little bit more substance to your website. So that's my recommendation. So if you aren't seeing this, you're probably on the free version. So let's click Facebook, and we're going to add a Facebook page. Now you'll notice the difference. Here's a fan page. This is what you would use for your business account. And I have a business account, but I rarely post to it directly. And if you don't have a business account, or you have already set it up and you want to add your personal Facebook account to your Automated Social Media platform, this is the one that you would use. Facebook Post updates to your own Facebook wall. And again, the Facebook fan page is the one for your business account. Now, I already have mine set up, so we'll walk through. I just won't save mine at the end. It will automatically bring up the account that you're logged into. If this is the account that your business page is tied to, you give it permission. And then it's going to open up this little screen where you can pick some options. It automatically puts in a description. If this is your business account that you're using, I would put either your agency name or an abbreviation for your agency. And then if you are the manager of multiple pages, you will have a drop-down list that you can select from. If you're the manager of only one business page, that will automatically fill in. Generate link previews, I click this to yes, because you want your people seeing your posts to know a little bit about what they're going to be looking at when they click on your post. Geo-targeting. If you want to specifically target a destination, an area. Whoops, I'm on the wrong one. I have mine set to all fans. If you want to target a specific area, country, town, you would set this up. I never use this. It's always just set to all fans. Post a full-size image. I leave this no. You can play around with it and see if you like it. What it does, it breaks apart the image that you've used in this post and makes it a separate post. I didn't like that because then my posts are nothing but words. So I keep this to no. Alerts, I don't get any alerts, only to my, I always put this to no because that means anytime you post, anytime somebody comments, you're always getting a notification. It becomes very annoying and I don't prefer to have those. Now, when you've filled that out, just click Save Settings. I'm going to cancel because mine's already set up. And then you can see under Engage, you can, sorry. Okay, they've changed. Normally when I click on Engage, it gives me a list of all of my accounts. Here, my services, sorry. My services used to pop up under there as well. So my services gives you a list of all of the accounts that you have set up. Now, I don't have 87 social media accounts, but with Instagram and Twitter, you can set up to follow a certain hashtag. You can set up to automatically like images or tweets that contain a specific hashtag. So that's what they are. Now, Facebook post is my personal, and then here's the fan page. So you will know that you've set everything up right if you see your agency here. So that's a quick, and everything works the same way to set them up. So if you have other accounts to set up, just click Add Services, and then you can choose which you prefer. So now let's jump in and actually set up a post, and I'm going to come back here and I'm going to redo this Paul Gauguin. Click on this article and I'm going to copy the link and come back into Compose. And I'm going to immediately paste the link here. And it automatically gives me the little blurb about what they're going to see. And I can pick the services. So it's already gone to my personal page. So I have issues occasionally with Agent Studio posting to my business page, and I don't think they currently are. So I will come in here and I'll just run down here and look, and I don't think, just to make sure I don't post something that's already there. And you can hear the wind, it's really windy here today. No, it hasn't posted. So I will bump back and I can either copy what they have here or I can make it up myself. Normally I'll just copy this because it's easier. Whoops. So I'm going to choose my Taylor & Company travel page and Google+. I'm also going to choose my LinkedIn accounts. I'm going to choose my Taylor & Company travel Twitter. And that's probably about it, okay? I can post this also to, if you have a blog, you can post it to your blog. I always get that pop-up. You can give it a title. if you're doing a WordPress. Paris, do you get a lot of referrals from LinkedIn? I get some, not a lot, but I always just post it there anyway. I get a lot of likes and occasional comments on the posts, but not a lot of referrals. Okay, so I'm going to post the little bit of information that I pulled from the post on Facebook. Now, if I don't want this to go out today, and here's the time-saving part. If this was a post that I wanted to share for the next, share randomly for, say, I don't know, the next month or two, just because it's a new itinerary, I want to try to get the word out, I can do a couple things. I can schedule this to go out by clicking on the calendar. What in the world? Why? I swear, lately, there we go. You can pick the date that you want this to go out on. So maybe it's today, but I don't want it to go out now. I want it to go out after lunchtime. And I can come down here and I want it to go out at, I don't know, let's pick 12:30, but actually let's make it 12:15. Okay, so I can, if I click schedule, it will schedule this post to go out today at 12:15. Now, if I click repeat, it's going to bring up this drop-down menu. Now, here's the difference. Repeat, you can choose what days of the week you want it to go out, but it's always going to post at 12:15. So if you want it to go out, let's see, daily, it's going to go out at 12:15. If we pick hourly, it's going to, you can see every 24 hours until March 22nd or whatever day we choose to end this, and it will post on the hour. But this time you can't change the time. Okay, so 12:15, it's going to post. Now, if you do it weekly, it might not be as bad, but you don't always want to be posting at that time, especially the same post. So I'm not a big fan of repeat unless it's once a month, occasionally, but repeat is not something that I use at all, really. But I wanted to share it with you and show you how you can set that up to repeat it. You might have, you might have a big following of people that work at maybe the same company and they're all out at, 12 to 1 is their lunch and you get a lot of interaction from them. Then between 12 and 1 might be a great time for you to post. And you might want to post during that time every day, but you don't want to post the same thing during that time. So the repeat feature, I haven't found a real need for, at least in the travel industry. But what I do like is to schedule it so that it goes out in the future. I also like, and I'm going to just go ahead and schedule this now to go out later today at 12:15. And I'm on Central Time, so that's why I'm an hour behind everyone. Okay, so now you can see that this is in my scheduled queue. I can change this or edit this up until the time that it's supposed to go out. And if I want to edit this, if I want this to go out and be in my weekly queue, as opposed to just schedule it to go out one time, I want it to repeat. We have what is called a queue that we can fill, okay? And queue is the second one. It looks like a list, and I have two set up, general agency posts, or which to me, those are just posts about my agency. honeymoons, stuff that doesn't change, stuff that's really promoting what's on my website. And then I have regular posts. So we can schedule this to go into regular posts. If I click on settings, this is where it gets fun, and there's a lot of options in here. So you can change the name of the queue if you want to. Recycle messages, always on. And what that means is it will, if you have a list, and I'm going to show you my list, if you have a list of 20 posts in there, once it goes through all of your 20 posts, it's going to mix them up and start again. Now, you can click on each day and you can designate what time you want posts to go out each day. You know, I don't have anything in the evening, 7 p.m., 7:05. You know, I pick random times for things. So that means that Mondays, 3 time slots, there is a post that will go out during this time frame. Tuesday, I only have 1. Wednesday, I have 2. So, and there is no rhyme. When you're first starting out, there's really no rhyme or reason to this, but I'm going to show you where you can find reports after you've had your account set up. 2 weeks gives you data. I like a month. It gives you more of a feel for your following, when they interact, when is the most popular time to post. And you can come in here once every couple weeks, and if you want to change the time, you're probably thinking, why are you posting at 2:45 a.m.? I post at that time because I have followers that are international, and I don't always like to see them to see my posts either later in the day or in the middle of their night. I like it to show up in the middle of their day occasionally as well. So I throw some of those in. I have 2 in here, so why don't we just make this, you know, there's actually too many. I'm gonna make this like 9:45. Saturday. This is really too many. And Sunday. Let's see, somebody has a question? No, okay. Okay, and again, if you're just starting out, just pick some times. I would spread them out, maybe 1 in the morning, 1 midday to early afternoon, and 1 later in the evening. But you don't have to post 3 a day. You can do 1, 2, 3, you can do 5, whatever you feel you want to. Once you've changed them up, you're going to click save. Now, if I want this to keep repurposing, all I have to do once I've made those settings is just click save to queue. Going to do its thing. Okay, I don't know why it's taking so long to do that, but okay, here are all of my posts. Now, if I click refresh, it's going to change up the order. And I'll come in here, if I'm in here, I'll just click that once in a blue moon. But you saw all the time slots. So this is going to tell me, based on the times that I have in each day for the queue, it's telling me when these are going to post. Okay, goes clear down through. We're going to see where is the Paul Gauguin, probably went to the bottom, and it did. If I want to change this, move it up or down, I can click this and it'll move, it moved it. Now if we go back to the top. Now it already posted once today, so don't want it to go there, but we'll move it down a little bit. And it went back down to the bottom, next to the last, which is fine because it already went out today, but it'll go through all of these posts. And one thing, make sure you have an odd number of, if you have 10 time slots, have 15 posts or have 6 posts, because that way that will change everything up. A different post will post on different days. And then once you have these set up, in addition to the Agent Studio posts 2 to 3 times, then you can have some random posts about your agency in general. I don't post a lot of sales or posts that are kind of like saying, hey, you know, post or book with us type of thing. It's more educating and let them come to you naturally, because if you're always out there, hey, we have this great deal, $200 off a trip to Cancun, book today. And then tomorrow it's, you know, AM Resorts is having a 50% off, book by May 31st or whatever. If those are the tones of your posts, people will tune you out. So you want your marketing to be more of an educational feel to it. There's nothing wrong with posting specials, but I would change up the verbiage in it, and just make it more of an, you know, have you ever thought about going to Cancun? If you have, this AM Resort special is good through April 15th, offering 50% off. And then just make sure it isn't all about selling. And that until I entered this business, you know, a few years back, full time, I would have never thought that. I would have thought that, you know, you want to put out your promotions, you want to, you know, share all the latest deals and things like that. But after research and reading and learning, it's really not. That's the one thing that really turns people off. Once in a while is not bad. But if that's the only thing that you post, then you're going to lose more followers and your time is going to really be wasted. Harris, great advice. You're welcome. Thank you. Okay, so any questions about cues or repeating a post? Does everybody understand what the difference is, and really why I don't use the repeat? Because the name of the game with social media marketing is trying to hit your target audience at the most interactive times. Okay, if there aren't any questions right now about that, think about it. Just let me know if anything comes to you. Now, I mentioned that you can run reports after you've had your account set up for a while. And you can come in here. Wow, they've changed a lot of this. They've really, yeah, they've changed everything around. So I need to figure out where they are now, because they used to be suggestions feeds. Maybe they're doing an update on that today. Let me reach out. Give me 1 second. I'm reaching out to Shay as we speak through Skype, because that's odd that they are not in there. That's one of the most important features of this platform. Okay, so hopefully he'll send me a message back, but measure. Here we go. Okay, so they've changed it up. Okay. Sorry about that. I didn't realize that they were making so many changes, not only to the platform, but where they were putting everything. Okay, so you can run reports. You can see where there are a lot of reports already set up. So let's just click on Google Plus and see. I'm going to do this one. Come on. Okay, Google Plus. Wow, that logo doesn't look good. Hopefully it doesn't show up that way on my Google Plus page, so not sure why it's showing up like that on this report, but this shows you the growth over the week. So obviously, I've been posting more on Google My Business, so you can tell that my Google Plus account is changing, and that's good. Okay, so it's up. Now let's go to something that you would be more familiar with. Let's look at Facebook page. Let's click this one and generate the report. Again, the logo looks super fuzzy. And most of the time, there isn't, the only thing that posted my business page would be what I have in my queue. So, and you can see, very bland, not a lot, but I did post, Mark Murphy did a post about a video with Fox, or an interview with Fox News about the state of travel in Mexico. So I made a post about that. And here it is about sensationalism. But you can see I don't get a lot of action on my business page. But if we do, my reports, and let's do okay. My apologies for the outside noise. Even though it is cold, I do have my window open still. I don't have the door open, just the window. Okay, I'm going to set filter dates are automatic. If you want to change this, we can do, let's see, let's try to do from the beginning of the year. And then filter. And it has changed things up. And then if you scroll down, it will show you response rates. This one shows you the time of day. Okay, so Saturday is the busiest day for response times, Thursdays. So it looks like most of my Mondays and Monday, it's telling me that I have not had anybody respond on a Monday, which I kind of think that's bizarre, but it's probably right. But it's odd to think that nobody ever posted a comment on anything in this time frame from the first of the year till now on a Monday. So by looking at this, I should gauge all of my, I should post heavier on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturday, and Sunday than I do the other days. And Wednesday is better than Monday and Friday, and Monday's terrible, and Friday's okay. So then I should go back and adjust my queue, the times that I'm posting, the days that I'm posting, so that it gets changed up. And then as you scroll down, it will give you additional information. January 26th was a high response day, the highest response out of any day. Daily response rates, and then it'll give you like your best links. So here it gives you clicks. Okay, so great information. Definitely something that you want to look at. Now, if we want to build a report, all you do is give it a name. So I don't know about Instagram. I think I have one set up. Now let's do last 90 days, because the last 2 weeks I've been actually the month of March, I haven't done much on Instagram, which is really bad because I like to post at least one thing a day. So once you fill out the basic parameters, we'll select the layout, just doing one column. Let's create the report. What do we want to see? You can add any of these activities. So let's just do an activity overview and let's do audience growth. Now channels, this gives you the accounts. And I didn't think Instagram was in here. Okay, so let's just pick some. Let's pick this. And then whatever you want to know about your account, there's all these different options. Clout score, I don't know what that is. Let's see, links, you can put in certain links if you have any particular campaigns, Google Analytics, we can do all of that. We can add all of this in. So let's just close this and then it automatically added our, so my clout score went up and then it dropped off. I think I don't even know what your clout score includes, but in order to understand this, I would want to go and see what all is factored into the clout score. Engaged users, so it gives us some interaction. Audience engagement, you can see it's all over the place, but it'll tell you, can tell the difference between retweets, mentions, likes. This is how many tweets have been sent in the gray. And the engagement over this period is down 22.5% based on the previous, which would have been the end of the last quarter of 2017. Okay, and then it'll go into particular posts and then your audience size. So my audience size has grown. It's grown the most in March, which is good. Gone down a little bit, goes back up. And this is actually the followers thing is really a game. Some people will follow you. If you don't follow back, they unfollow you. It's just a game, but that's the same with the Instagram and Twitter. You can automate that process within this platform and you can set it up because you only have, I think it's 5,000 followers on Twitter. So if you're following 5,000 people and only 1,200 of those people are following you back, then you want to weed out some of the ones that aren't following you because you want to try to keep the ratio close. So that's why they play the game. And then this tells you the audience, what accounts brought the most interaction. So it was my personal Twitter, then my business, then the Agent Studio account. Okay, so that gives you basic information. There's a ton of it in here. You could spend days in here. And you can see here's the Google Plus. And I think that was because I started posting on the Google My Business. It's grown the most over this time frame. But these are the types of reports that you should be pulling up and looking at, especially the interaction reports. And what times are the best for your agency to post, and then go back into your queue and adjust the times and the days and what you're posting. Whoops. Okay, so for me, I should come back in here. I definitely shouldn't be posting at, 3 times on a Monday because nobody engages. Friday's really low. 4 times, yeah, way too much. Let's do 6 p.m. And let me save this. So any questions? Let's see. Frank has one. If you change your social media site passwords, do you need to update Sendable? Yes, great question. what Sendable will do, if you remember and come in here and automatically, what you have to do, it's called reconnecting. And you will get a notification up here in the upper left-hand corner, reconnect issue. Now, sometimes you will get, each social media platform has a certain length of time that they allow third-party posting tools to be connected without you giving them the okay again. And once you've reached that amount of time, you will get a notification in here in your inbox. Like this one, I haven't done. They were having issues with the new tool posting directly to Instagram, and I haven't been coming in here to use this to post. And that's all you do. Save changes, and then it'll be fixed. If it's Facebook or Twitter, let's do this one. And then Facebook will walk you through. Everything is good, and then just update it. Normally that was 5 minutes ago. This was 6 months ago. Agent Studio. I don't know why that one was in my queue. Time zone mismatch. I get this all the time, and you will if you cross time zones. I never update anything. I let it go. LinkedIn. These are old, but yeah, that's all you have to do. Update, or you can reconnect. It will go through the stages. It'll ask you. Just tell it yes. So that's how you can update. And if it tries to do a post, say you updated your password on Facebook today, and it was done, you didn't have any posts going out, and Agent Studio had made their post for the day. Tomorrow, when it goes to try to post, you will get a notification in here or wherever you have your notifications set to go to. Mine all go to this priority inbox, so it will give me a notification here. And I'm in this, it's always open. I try to check it on a daily basis. So I don't really like to get all the emails and it junks up my box. But it's super easy to do. And if you forget, that's all you have to do to fix it. Any other questions before I show you where the replays of the videos are going to be? One thing I want to stress is to sit down and set up all of this. If you're new and just starting out and you're not that busy booking travel, now's the great time to do it. If you're busy, don't have time to do it, set up one a day. Set a goal for yourself to set up one new post for your agency in general every day. Or, I do, I'm so confused. I'm out of sorts because these menus are changed up and I'm used to just clicking in one thing and seeing what I need. I need to come in here and refresh my brain. My services. So let's look at really quick. This is one of the automatic postings, automatic likes. This is the hashtag honeymoon. So what this setup is telling me that my business Instagram is following the hashtag honeymoon. It's going to come in here every hour. It's going to like 6 photos that contain the hashtag honeymoon. It's also, this says every hour. It's also going to automatically like that person's or follow that person. And if they don't follow me back within the day, it's going to unfollow them. Email notifications. Well, some of these, they're going to my sales, which is not an account that I use a lot. But in the beginning, I set some of these up to be yes because I didn't know what they were doing. And then you get inundated. So while I'm in here, I'm going to change that. Okay, so that is one of the things that you can set up also. Set one up each day. Doing that took within a few months' time, took my Instagram account from about 200 followers to, I think the last time I was over 1,800, which I'd love to have it, in the tens of thousands, but it's getting there slowly but surely. But that's the way that those tools will help you generate and gain additional followers to your account. But don't set them all up at one time. Set them up before you go to bed, or, when you have a spare moment. I set that stuff up when I need to decompress or need just a mental break. I'll go in there because it's kind of a thoughtless task. You don't really have to think too much about doing it. Now, the webinars are all recorded and they are uploaded to the Agent Studio YouTube page. And I know he didn't get yesterday's up yet. I didn't get a notification that they were downloaded. You will also get a link or an email 24 hours after the video ends, and it will be to this page. The most recent videos will be at the top. So you can go down through and you can see all of the previous webinars that have happened. Okay, so before I let you go, do you have any questions? I know I cram a lot of information into 1 hour. So if you do have questions after you get started, you can email myself. My email is in the confirmation notification that you got when you registered for the webinar, or you can submit a support ticket to Agent Studio. Kim asks, I need to upgrade from free account first. There's so much to learn. Kim, yes, if you want to do it by steps, like I mentioned, upgrade to the starter, and that will give you a few more options. You will be able to have access to the automated social media tool. You have full access of the marketing center. You don't have to have a minimum of 25 contacts in your marketing center in order to be able to have full use of it. And it's $19.95, I believe. So definitely upgrade if you can. And don't put a lot of pressure on yourself of, oh, I have to soak it all in. It's a work in progress. Do some of the first steps would be to set up everything that's automated that will help grow your business, that you don't have to do any ongoing work for. And that's add contacts to the marketing center, because they will automatically get the weekend travel newsletter every Thursday that Agent Studio sends out. And by the way, that's one of the only email campaigns that I send out. And set up your Facebook and Twitter accounts in automated social media so that you can take advantage of their marketing for you on a daily basis. Do those things, and then you know that your agency is being marketed for, and then that allows you to focus a little bit more on maybe some of the trainings, customizing your website, or anything else that you feel is a priority, based on where you're at as an agent and where your website is, type of thing. So take advantage of everything that you're already paying for. Any other questions before we go? I hope everyone found some enjoyable little banter at the beginning about the snow, and that you found some information that was helpful and that you can take back and use within your agency to help you become a little bit more efficient. Kelly says, thank you. You're very welcome. I will hopefully see all of you on another webinar. Don't forget that the virtual lifestyle or leisure expo is this afternoon and tomorrow afternoon, if you can take advantage of that. And make sure you're signed up to receive Agent at Home and Vacation Agent magazines. I will see you tomorrow or on another webinar. Thanks again for joining.